cheers to episode 79.
Cheers.
Aquafina water.
Water.
I also have water. Came straight from work. Sorry.
Tonight is Tuesday. Club going up July 12th. It's 8:02 p.m. where you guys are. It's 7:02 p.m. where I am. Teaser. And we're back. Simply put, we're back. Sports are kind of back. Some things have happened, but we're back. I think, Alex, you have the elephant memory. I think this was our first week we had where we didn't actually put out a show, an audio file.
Incorrect. Second time, we also did it around the 4th of July last year.
You're right. We did not do a July show because I remember the title of it was like "The Boys Are Back."
Yep. So elephant memory.
You don't think we put out "The Boys Are Back in Town"?
We did put out drafts for others, but that one was the first official missed, and this is now the second official
song and artist title for "The Boys Are Back in Town."
The Boys Are Back in Town. Is that
yeah, that's the song title.
The Beach Boys.
No, I like it though.
I do not have a guess. I'm so bad with it.
Thin Lizzy.
Yeah, I would have never got that.
Okay, well, you win some, you lose some.
You lose some and you lose some.
But
you lose them all.
But if you're listening, you're a winner. You're back listening to the number one sports podcast in the state of Michigan. So, shout out to MMS everywhere in case you forgot over the week break. It's weird. It's only a week break, but it feels like it was a long time. But we are back, which means weekly check-ins. So people are on the edge of their seat wanting to know, just big picture-wise, because if we went in detail, it'd probably be the whole show. But big picture-wise, in some notable moments, what has happened in our lives since July 4th, over July 4th, and now? Alex, what say you?
What say you? Well, got to go back a while. Notable things. Played golf with Evan.
Golf. I knew it. I knew golf would be first.
3rd of July. 3rd? 2nd?
2nd and 3rd.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. We did play the 3rd as well.
Double
and we
dip.
had quite a day on the 3rd.
Oh my god, that's what I forgot to write down, yes.
So played golf with Evan and Cody with a K. And my dad, some family friends, his college friends. Good time. We consumed adult beverages. Some would argue too many.
Whoa.
Oh, you talking about Moose Ridge?
Yes.
Holy guacamole, was that fun?
Hole 15.
Holy guacamole.
2 shots and a shotgun all in the same hole.
I miss Jasmine so much.
Jasmine's the cart girl lady. She could have sworn she came to us on like hole 13 through 18. It felt like she was just there every 5 seconds.
Yep.
She knew that we would get something.
She saw a group of guys having a good time. She's like, I'm going to make some money off of them.
Oh, and she did.
Yep, she definitely did. So that was fun. That turned into went to like a reasonably nice dinner after that.
Cleaned
his face.
Cleaned yourselves up to make it to a nice dinner.
No.
Yep. Well, you could argue we weren't clean. Then after that, just kept it going. Went to a random bar in Manchester. Took probably the worst shot of my entire life. Bottom shelf whiskey that the bartender himself didn't even know what it was. It was like $2 whiskey shot. Horrendous. Near throw up experience.
Ew.
And then after that, we even kept going further and ended up at Evan's family. Well, his mom and dad were there. Family, friends. Evan ran around a pond full speed with a sparkler in his hands.
I'm still an athlete. Still
America.
The goal is to
athlete.
get around the pond without it unlighting.
Before the sparkler goes out.
Super safe.
Yep, made it. He also ran into a stump. Still made it.
If Evan tripped and fell face first and then was like holding it like out in front.
So,
I can only be so lucky.
That was a good time. Next day, we made a plan while we were drinking the day before to golf again. So we played again the next day, 18 at Tecumseh. And yeah, the vibes were probably the lowest of any golf round I've ever seen in my life.
Little subdued.
Evan had no interest in being there. And it never got better. It was like the worst round of all time.
Well, we know.
Like, back in my defense, okay. Saturday was a long night. I had to get up early. Went to work.
Ooh.
This is true.
At like 6 a.m. Okay. Went to work and I was like hoping Alex wouldn't text me. 11 o'clock. As soon as I lay down in bed about to take a nap, I get a text message from Alex. So what time we're golfing?
So are we still playing golf today?
And I was like, son of a bitch.
Hey.
And that was like the last thing I wanted to do was like go out and golf. And then so Alex is right. The vibes were so low that like we barely talked to each other like the first 4 or 5 holes.
There's
barely
like
talked
no
to each other.
words.
Just like, oh, good shot, nice shot, good putt. You know, just the like if you were playing
Like
with a stranger,
we were done with the first 5 holes and like felt like 30 minutes.
less
Just
than
like flying through it. No one's trying, putting, picking the ball up, walking to the next tee. Good shot, man. Oh my god, it was yeah.
I'm just
It
picturing you
didn't
guys.
really get better.
I'm picturing you guys on the green, and Alex is like, "Can I get a read here, Evan?" And Evan's just like snoring, like with his head down.
Basically how it went.
But I also
Basically,
was playing like crap, so like the whole golf experience wasn't helping.
But
Continue on,
after
Alex.
somehow the vibes changed and we went to Buffalo Wild Wings, you know, ate a ton of food. I think we were just all really hungry. You know, we were nursing some hangovers.
Oh,
So devoured
Dumbass.
food. Then we went to this is the crazy part. We decided that we were just going to go to the movies.
well, we drove by it, and that's what made
We
us
drove
think.
by and we're like, you know, it'd be nice. Just a movie. Just after beat ups, let's go to a movie. So went and saw Jurassic World. Honestly sucked. That's another story for another time. The movie sucked though. We got ice cream from Culver's, like little concrete mixers.
Oh, what flavor? Oh,
I just remember it was so good. I downed that thing.
that wasn't
I
even
downed that thing in
funny,
like 2
Alex.
minutes.
No, I'm
I
just
downed it.
reminding myself of how Evan just devoured his ice cream, and I had a little left. It was like all soupy, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll have it."
Because you said you weren't going to eat it. If anybody wants it, I didn't
He's
hesitate. I was like,
dripping
yeah,
it
I'll eat
all over the back of my truck, just spilling.
False.
ice cream
There was
everywhere.
one single drop that dropped, and I'm through the truck.
And after we're done with our ice cream, Cody's like, "Wait, no one got me any." 'Cause Cody didn't get any ice cream. So then we went to the movies, and that was that. And then the next following day, the actual 4th of July, went to
Monday.
Went to the pool. Evan came, just ate good food, hung out, didn't do much, relaxed. Good relaxing day. And then this past week, well, I don't want no spoilers, but pretty lonely week.
Oh,
by myself. And then what did I do this weekend? This weekend didn't do a whole lot. Played more golf. No one wants to hear about that. And then Monday, I did not play in the golf league. I played beforehand because my partners couldn't play, but I did shoot a 34. So
damn.
that was my last week and a half, 2 weeks.
People won't give you credit, Alex, for it. I just want to say you've been playing some really fantastic golf this summer.
Yeah, well, actually, I played Friday, and it was really, really terrible. So I'm trying to bounce back.
Overall, Evan, if
I agree.
you found your golf game in the show since, because it was bad. You were gonna sell Alex's gifted clubs.
Oh, yeah, I was. I was on verge of it. Took a week off from that Sunday. So from the 3rd until I went out for like a practice round Sunday night. Just to, hit some balls around, see what I was feeling, try out new driver.
New driver.
Just an
driver.
old one, just a different driver, I should
Hardly
say. It's
know
not
her.
new. Just a different driver that we had laying around. First drive, absolutely flawless, completely dead straight. Munched it, and I was like, okay, this driver's gonna work. After that, it was just, I was like, no, this ain't it. But last night in league, We are so back in golf. So back. Didn't hit the driver once. We were on the back nine. Didn't hit the driver once. It saved me. Finally got my first birdie, Alex.
Woo.
Nice. So what are you at total? One?
One.
Just had one?
Just had one.
But yours
So
count
that's
for half.
Yours are
So
half.
I'm at 6, so it's 3-1 then.
Yeah,
This
baby.
is
Oh,
close.
yeah, we're gaining ground. Yeah, and shot the best round this year. Shot a 41.
Damn.
Drew shot really well, too, 42. We just spanked Lou and Bob. Just absolutely
Oh,
spanked
everyone
them.
does. That's not fair.
Whoa.
20.5
Job.
to 9.5.
Oh, damn.
Just a good round of golf. We both played really well. I had only one bad shot. Well, I had a couple bad shots, but one shot that kind of I could have shot in the 30s easily if I didn't pipe one out of bounds on 16. But other than that, I was happy with my game.
How'd you do that? You snap hooked.
I wouldn't say it was a snap hook. It was just overdid it, overdraw, too much draw. I hit it good, but we are back. Golf is back. We're
That's
ready. I
huge.
think I was just warming up. This summer, I
Huge
was
that
just
golf is
warming
back,
up.
even though like the next several weekends, like there's just no golfing.
Correct. Hey, never say never this weekend.
I'll be in town.
I'm wide
Party at
open.
my house. Parents are gone.
Oh, bougie. Everyone heard it here first. Yeah, we'll
Dog's
see
in a
other than
cone.
that.
The dog is in a
Alex.
cone.
Oh, God. Good.
Dog ate a corn on the cob. That's what happened yesterday. Probably should have mentioned this. Dog ate a full corn on the cob yesterday with my mom at the park. And I'm supposed to be dog sitting this weekend. So the dog had to have surgery to get the corn on the cob out. Because it
wait.
wouldn't come out because she swallowed the whole thing.
Wait.
Swallow the core.
Yeah.
First of all,
It was at the park?
yeah,
at the pit.
that's what I need clarification on. So,
The pit.
Oh, somebody went out
Probably
there
by
and
the
had a
grills or
barbecue
something. Oh.
and somebody chucked one down. FYI, you never go to the pit.
Well, that's what I said.
You find needles down there at the pit.
The
Shout
pit
out
is-
Mint Money.
the pit is so disgusting.
Let me see if I can show you.
See, I thought you were like, oh, Harper got into the trash while your mom was just at the park. I'm like, why is your mom just at the park by herself? I guess
Oh,
it's
God.
relaxing, but
So that's her where she
Oh,
had
no.
surgery. And then here's the
thoughts and prayers to
Hey,
speed
T's and
recovery
P's.
to
T's and
Harper.
P's to the dog.
she's a cone dog.
Oh.
Oh.
Now, what does it exactly prevent?
Them from
That's the
licking
dog.
their wounds.
Or biting it.
Or yeah, like chewing. on it.
Right. You don't want to knock open a scab. That makes sense.
Yeah. So it'd be fun dog sitting cone dog.
Yeah, you could have a party and funnel alcohol out of the cone, it sounds like.
That reminds me. Did you guys see there's like a viral TikTok of like a Saint Bernard that has a cone?
No.
It has a huge cone on this big, massive dog, and like it will get stuck. Its cone will get stuck on something, and he won't care. He'll just plow through it and just break anything that's in his path. And this family just video recorded it all. He like broke a side table, got stuck on the side table, snapped the leg off.
The family didn't care. They're just like, yeah, that's hilarious.
That is funny. Evan, anything else outside of golf that was notable? I know, well, Alex touched on your guys' drinking over the weekend. and then-
I realized, everyone asks, oh, could you live without this one item? Could you live without this? And I realized what item that is. I cannot live without peanut butter. I can't do it. I can't do it. My diet consists of like eating like peanut butter.
Like, you couldn't give up peanut butter.
No, here's the thing, Alex. It all goes back to Jif recall and like the salmonella contamination. And so there's like no Jif peanut butter on any shelf.
Right. Alex doesn't grocery shop, so he doesn't know that. But yeah,
He
there's
doesn't
no
know. He doesn't go to the grocery
store.
store. He wouldn't know.
All I know
If
is
you
Grant
walk in
left me
there-
some peanut butter, so I didn't need to get it.
It's probably Skippy or bust.
And I went like a whole week without eating it, and I realized like, this is miserable. Like I would every single day, like one of my meals would contain some sort of peanut butter in it. Peanut butter toast in the morning, peanut butter sandwich for breakfast. Okay.
Do you eat peanut butter every day?
I would say yes.
I would say.
One meal a day, I'm gonna have peanut butter in it.
When you say a peanut butter sandwich, you mean like with jelly or something?
Yes,
Oh, you
peanut
just
butter jelly.
No,
Yeah, peanut butter jelly.
Wyatt's peanut butter
Shout out
only.
Y guy, peanut butter
Our
honey,
whole life.
dude.
peanut butter
Daycare,
banana.
Wyatt's like, yep, peanut butter sandwich. Nothing
Like
else.
the driest thing you could ever eat.
And when
Yeah,
he
you
eats it, you could tell it was dry.
Like, you better have a gallon of water with you. Or milk.
That's pretty awful.
Some white milk.
God,
Can't live
I saw
without peanut
Thor.
butter.
Alex, you saw
Oh,
Thor?
I saw Thor too, but Grant hates Marvel movies. Thinks
Oh,
they're
I
for
heard-
nerds.
Think I was so right. I haven't seen the movie and I won't, but based on what I've seen, I was so right. Alex and I saw the Thor trailer when we were waiting to see Top Gun, fantastic movie, top 5 of all time on Evan's list.
Correct.
And
it
I was
is.
like, that MCU Thor movie is such a joke by the trailer. I knew it would suck. And then like the overwhelming amount of people said it was bad. But I'm curious to see what you guys thought.
Christian
bad?
Bale's good as a villain.
So that means it was bad.
Shout out
Like,
him. I thought it just was not. It was not serious enough for me. It was more for a younger audience. I could see how like younger kids would like it, obviously, but for me, it was a little too cheesy. It's probably one of my least favorites.
I can see that. There were some cheesy parts that I didn't like. But I think it's the character that Thor has developed ever since he came back from being like normal. Like as soon as he went fat and then he came back, I think that's his new character for him. Ever since he went to Ragnarok,
Yeah, I don't really like that guy.
his character kind of changed to less serious. He
Can't
changed ever since he lost his dad, mom, brother.
oh, that's deep.
So
And spoilers.
I did enjoy the
Girlfriend,
movie.
Woo.
Spoilers. I did enjoy the movie. I did like the darkness that Christian Bale's character brought to it.
Christian Bale was very good. He made the movie all right. Spooky.
I thought Thor was actually going to die the first time I saw the trailer, and I was like, "Oh, Thor's dead." He doesn't
Spoilers.
die. Spoiler.
Not
does
dead.
not die. Thor will return. And,
Spoiler.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
Speaking of young
I
people,
enjoyed the
movies-
movie. I'm not saying it's my favorite, but
I also did something. Just another reminder. This is a long recap, but I went to the movies alone.
Yeah,
on Thursday.
for
Yeah.
that movie.
First time.
Your mom told me that on a walk.
Yeah, she's
I ran into your parents right before I was about to leave.
I know, Grant. They told me.
And your mom was like, Alex is at the movies by himself. And I go, well, he would have been doing that anyways because I would not go see that movie with him.
Correct.
So it's
So,
like,
At least you're honest.
the alone movie experience is actually not bad. I kind of enjoyed it. The only problem was this is a entirely packed theater. I was in the back row, all the way to the
Oh
left.
my gosh, our movie experience. Go ahead, Alex. It just reminded me.
Top row, all the way back to the left. Every seat in this movie theater is full except the one next to me. So everyone knew that I was by myself. So I did get some weird looks like, why is this dude alone at 9 p.m. on a Thursday? But whatever.
what's this dude's problem?
Overall. And kids in front of me were like on their phones, like on Snapchat and Instagram the entire time. So that was pretty annoying.
Well, if you don't document, you saw Thor.
I don't
you
think
ever
this
see if
one
it
kid
wasn't on your story?
even saw this movie, how much he was on his phone.
Maybe you've seen it twice.
Oh.
It came out that day.
Oh, do not hurt me.
We bought our tickets Tuesday, and so we didn't get like the best seats. We were in the back row, right next to the entrance. And we're sitting there, and the movie's about to begin. People are filing in way too late for my liking. Like, get there, come on, there's previous people. We're sitting there, and all of a sudden, 2 cops walk in.
Whoa.
Yeah. The
Oh,
manager
God.
had an earpiece in. The security guard for the movie theater walked in. Like, he
So
was
not a
important.
police officer.
Paul Blart.
Yes. He's standing there at the entrance, just like mean mugging everybody. It's like, while the other cops are like walking around, they question somebody on the opposite side, circle back around in front of everybody, come back up like the seats, and like talk to a guy. And then that dude like follows him out. And I really wanted to know what happened with him. Never knew.
Oh, that was kind of
Did they get this done before the movie started, or did they just play the
Yeah.
movie right through it?
They got, right before the movie started.
Oh, that's
Like,
clever.
this guy
Imagine.
like came back in after talking to the cops, sat down, and like it was like rolling.
Oh. So he made it out alive.
Yeah, I guess so.
Good for him. Are we ready to have the conversation that they're just making Marvel movies way too fast and not taking the love and care that they used to have?
Well, there's a deeper reason for all that. They're trying to build into another ginormous plot like they did for the last 23 movies. So there's just going to be a bunch of
New Avengers that they have to build up and work to.
movies that are going to be mid until they can get to a bigger plot.
All
Grant,
right,
you
so
won't understand.
maybe if you guys alarm me when like the new cool stuff's happening, maybe I'll get on board for the next 23.
Did you watch Eternals?
No, I haven't seen any ever.
Grant hasn't seen anything. I think he'd like Iron Man 1. I guarantee.
I think he would like Civil War.
Oh, that sounds intense.
No, Grant hates any superheroes that have actual powers. He needs them to be like actual humans.
They have to be like Batman.
Can't have like special
James
powers.
Bond, like a man.
But he likes Spider-Man.
No.
You did. You liked the original Spider-Man.
When I was little, it was scary. The Green Goblin really scared me. I'm not going to lie.
Falcon. Ant-Man.
Ant-Man shrinks Evan into the size of an ant.
Because he has a suit. That's it.
Dude,
He's a
there's
regular
no
human
way.
being.
Yeah, but see, Grant won't believe any of that.
There's no way I could take Paul Rudd seriously as a superhero.
That's the beauty behind his character.
Same with
Come
Ryan
on,
Reynolds.
Grant.
Like, I can't just take it seriously.
He's not even in any of this stuff yet.
Let's see. I went to one of our favorite places in Michigan, Munising, Michigan, for July 4th.
Whoa, speak for yourself. I hate that place.
You've had good times there. You know
I'm
it.
just
Well, you may
kidding.
not remember half.
And
of
we'll
them.
never go back, Alex. Just remember that.
Yeah,
When
no,
that-
honestly.
When that Snapchat memory popped up, we'll never be back.
We honestly
Wow.
probably will never get invited ever again. Tell your girlfriend that.
She's probably listening.
I hope she is.
He won't get this far into it.
Nah, yeah, she turned it off when I started talking.
Overall, it was good. Lake Superior on a boat is fantastic. It was very cold, but then, especially,
You still got in, didn't you?
yeah, I jumped in 3 times. Dude, I'm not kidding. It was actually a little scary. I like couldn't duck my head a couple times because I was like, getting a legit brain freeze rush to my head from how cold their water was. And everyone knows, like, when you're on a boat, how much windier it gets when you're traveling. Like, just water, wind, they go together. Like Avatar Last Airbender or something. It was absolutely freezing getting out to where we needed to go. And then once we got there, it was fine. Got a little sunburnt. July 3rd, played some golf of my own.
How'd you shoot?
Well, it was a
Scramble.
near 100 person scramble. So a lot of pressure to not look like a terrible, don't want to embarrass Marissa in her hometown. 1,000-point score. She's got a reputation to uphold.
Yes.
So
Uper Hall of Famer.
Oh, Uber Hall of Fame, yes.
So it was like groups of 5. And as you guys know, I set the bar pretty darn low for these people. The last time they saw me golf when we all went up and I like
First
duffed
tee shot went 1 foot.
1 foot. Like legitimately.
Maybe. Might have went
Like,
backwards.
a legit 1 foot.
That
Like,
means you almost missed the ball.
You were there, Evan.
yeah.
Grant's
You were
first tee
there.
shot when we played golf up there. He hit it like a 2 inches.
Oh.
We did a scramble on the front
He near whiffed,
and there was like 20 people watching us tee off.
but our team won. So it's okay.
Yeah. So in this one, I played okay. Like I was serviceable on some approach shots, which was a good feeling. But my putting, I didn't make a putt the whole day, which sometimes happens in scrambles if people make them in front of you. But I was leaving putts short. I was missing putts right. It was embarrassing putting display. But the key was when it comes to how people view you as a golfer on hole 16, which was a par 3, was their big raffle par 3. So there's like 20, 25 people there collecting raffles for the school. I mean, it's a 122-yard shot. I'm going to embellish here to make myself feel good. 122-yard shot, left back
Pulled
pin.
6-iron.
Pulled a wedge. Pulled my wedge, and I was like, you know what? If I just swing this like 80%, I think 125 is like around a full wedge if I hit it really good. So I was like 80%, maybe drop it a little bit short of 122, see what happens. Just thought about a nice. Oh, actually, this goes back to Evan's peanut butter thought. Recently, I've been thinking the smooth. Alex, you were
talking
Yes.
about.
It
You were
all
there.
circles back. It's
This was
life.
from Marissa's brain. She's like, I was swinging too hard when Alex and I played, and she's like, just think about that first scoop of peanut butter.
She said
you
that when I was there.
Yeah,
One
when
of
you-
the best satisfactions in life is the very first scoop out of
scoop.
the peanut butter jar,
Yeah.
Jeff.
when you
How
drop
do we feel
that,
about crunchy peanut butter?
I love
Eh.
it.
God, I like it a lot.
Evan likes all flavors.
It has to be Jif though.
So in this case, you're thinking about that smooth, creamy first scoop. That's how you.
I can't take this.
You just want to swing smooth through the ball. So that's what I thought with the wedge. And oh my God, the way I struck this golf ball, just a beautiful ball flight, tracking right at it. I stand back, look at it. It drops like 2 feet from the hole. It probably rolls to like 6 feet, like ends up 6 feet past. And we go up there. I look at the divot. I'm like, oh my God, that is so close. Sad part, it was closest to the pin. I was probably like a cut like that far like out. They were like, oh, we should probably measure to be safe. I was like, no, you can kind of eye test that like
no measure.
That one's closer. And then sad part of the story is that we all missed the birdie putt, like a left to right slider. And we
all that peanut butter talk for a par.
But I went back to get hot dogs and burgers, and people were like, wow, Grant, great shot on 16. And I was like, thank you.
You're welcome. That's what you should have said. Like, you're welcome.
You're welcome for the show. I did not club twirl, I don't think. I think I was so stunned I actually made good contact that there was no need to do anything else but like stare in amazement that, wow, I actually put a ball like on a legit flight path. Yeah, so that was that. We did not win anything because we were too good for the first flight, not good enough for the championship flight. So in the middleman's ground, like the Stan Van Gundy era Pistons, right at that 8 seed missing playoffs. And then the 4th, just July 4th stuff in a small town parade. Oh my God. I don't want to go too long on the recap, but there's this thing they play. I told Alex called chicken shit bingo.
So you have to talk about the chicken thing. This is absurd.
Chicken shit bingo, which they like forced me to play just so I experienced it. Evan, I kid you not, it is like the most animal cruelty thing I've ever seen, and I'm not like weeby-jeeby about that stuff. They have a big wooden board with numbers all over it, and like dividers around it with glass, and then there's like 40 people around this little booth, and then everyone's got pool noodles and these wooden sticks. So you get they have numbers on them. So you pay like $1 a game, and you can get as many numbers as you want. Like I had 48 and 20. All right, so I have 48 and 20. Like I wasn't clapping them together, but people clap them together to make noise, and they plop. They have like 5 chickens. They plop a chicken on the board, and like you scare it with all the noise until it shits on a number, and that's bingo. And then you win like $25 per hand.
And then after the chicken dumps, they grab a new chicken so they can take a dump.
And they just feed them, like overfeed them all day, so they just keep having to poop.
So they just diarrhea all over the board.
And when I played the one, it was such a dud. He didn't move at all. Like for like 5 minutes, it was really awkward. And then they bring in the new one to replace it. They yank it, bring in the reliever, and he just poops right away, right in the middle. So I didn't even have a chance to win because it didn't walk around the board. So that was. That was some Munising.
I don't think the people of Munising wanted that on the podcast.
No, they're proud of it. It was the main attraction down at the fair. And then basically that, just July 4th hanging out, and then fireworks at night. They have a fantastic display, which is not, I guess, that surprising because it's like a lake town in Michigan, but a phenomenal display. Lasted like a whole half hour. It was raining during it, but they said, you know what? The show must go on. They shot those puppies off in the middle of the rain. So that was cool. And then got to see Alex one last time. And then without further ado, well, if you see a clip, new apartment. I moved states. So Alex and I no longer have to hear each other echoing on this show. Then the draft night where we sat next to each other can't happen anymore. I moved to Minnesota. I think I'm not going to. If you want to text me why, if you have my number, if you want to DM the account, you can ask. I'm not just going to announce it.
517-80.
Bleep that out. I'm not even going to give him that much. But yeah, in a new state. Thoughts on Minnesota? I'd never been here before.
Evan and I are avid Minnesota.
Yeah, you're a rookie.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's a lot of trees as you expect. Minneapolis is a much bigger city than I haven't gone downtown Minneapolis yet, but you can see the skyline. You're like, wow, that's actually a pretty big city.
It's pretty nice.
Everything's like 15 to 20 minutes away from each other. Like there's just...
Oh, you gotta check out the bar that Cody and I went to.
You just hop on highways. There's a bar I want to go to. It's called Rax. It's got like a deer antlers with like flames coming out of it. And I said, I'm going to go there, get a drink one day after work by myself and just watch sports on their TVs. Looks awesome. Do that. 99-cent Wednesday boneless wings. Might have to go and get like 20.
Child of Michigan Sports will travel to Minnesota. Evan says he will not, but 1/3 of this podcast will.
I never said that.
Yeah, I said let's go to the Lions-Vikings game, and you said no.
Oh, I said no because it's a Sunday night, bro.
Yeah,
All right. Gophers. Michigan play at Minnesota this year?
No,
I
Minnesota
don't
travels
think
to
so.
Michigan State because you said you're not going to be there in Spartan Stadium.
Michigan,
Wow.
Evan.
I don't
Michigan.
think no, because Minnesota plays Penn State. So
Who's
it'd be Penn
Minnesota's
State
biggest home game?
I don't. Do they host Wisconsin? Because that's their rival.
Row.
Well, Evan and I will go fleck it up for a weekend.
But yeah.
I'd actually love that. Well, I guess
think
it's
that'd be a good time. What?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm trying to find it. Continue, Grant. Sorry.
Well, I don't really have much else other
There you
than
go.
moving sucks. It's one of the worst activities a human being can do with
How
their
was
life.
the drive?
Well, shout out my mom. She's an angel. She spearheaded it. Oh my God. Hilarious, but almost scary in the moment. But when you look back and laugh. So my mom, backstory, coming home from Munising, I had 2 of the nearest ever deer hitting a deer encounters I've ever had within 3 hours of each other. The first one came out of nowhere, actually ran into the road, but was a little bit farther ahead, slammed on the brakes, was fine. A state trooper was actually behind me, which scared me because what if they didn't see the deer and thought I was just swerving around like an idiot? But I think they realized what was happening.
Were you drinking?
No, it was middle of the day driving back.
Oh,
And
so
then-
if it was at night, you would have got it.
No, it would look more sus at night. And then 3 hours later, kind of by Mount Pleasant on the way to Lansing, that stretch of highway, the deer just again out of nowhere and was probably 7 to 10 yards, really close to the car and ran by it, ran by the front right tire and then leapt in the air. It was almost like the controller broke on the deer. I got past our car and then jumped, but not even high enough to clear a car. It knew it wasn't in danger, but just overran the car.
It's
and
just jump.
yeah. Oh, there's cars. There's something that just went by me.
Oh, I'm in the road.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah. So I told my mom that, and she's already afraid of deer. She's like, my biggest fear about going to Minnesota is all the deer along the way. And so we left.
What a weird fear.
She left. Well, I also messed up my eye up north. My eye, I didn't hit anything, but I needed an eye appointment before I left. Long story short, to make sure everything was okay. So I had to stay in Tecumseh Thursday night when I planned to go out earlier than that. So we left technically Friday morning at 2:30 a.m.
Yeah,
So,
my mom asked, why did you leave that early?
well, because of the eye appointment, I could only get it at 2:15 p.m. in Tecumseh. So I was already in Tecumseh Thursday, and my mom was like, I'd rather just drive through the night and then get there midday Minnesota time. That was the plan. I was like, okay. And she was wanted to do well, and also she kind of had to do the driving because we jam packed this Honda Accord. There was nothing else that could have, not even a Kleenex could have fit in that Honda Accord. And the way we did it was we moved the front seat to her specifications, much different leg lengths. So I don't think I physically could have drove, because if I
Definitely
got in
not.
that, I could not have moved the seat back and I would have been on the wheel. So we take off, we turn onto Evans Street. Boom, deer standing right there in the road at 2:35 a.m. I'm like, oh God, this is a terrible start. We're driving down the boulevard next to Speedway, deer in the middle of the boulevard at 2:40. Oh my God. And my mom's just oh my God, this is terrible. We pass Danley's, going towards MIS. I kid you not. My mom either killed a possum or a raccoon, went under our car, boom, dead, hit it. And the sigh and almost on the verge of a mental breakdown, tears she was about to have. I was oh my God, I feel so bad. This was her worst nightmare. And we already hit an animal 10 minutes into this 9-hour drive. And we have at least 3 more hours where the sun is completely down. It's nighttime. And we're going to Coldwater on, I think that's US 12.
US 12.
Yeah, US 12 is one of the most deer roads. It's all woods, Jonesville, all those towns. But so she was a trooper because she drove, but my role was I will stay awake until the sun comes up and we get on the highway, and then I feel more comfortable. Be I'm not going to look out anymore. I'm lookout duty. It's crazy the amount of raccoons and stuff that are just lying the roads at 3 a.m. looking for trash, the grossest animals. There's one less of them now in Michigan, thanks to us. And then, yeah, moved in, and then basically all weekend just running around for things I needed for the apartment, which was more than I realized. Shout out to Alex for having furniture in Birmingham.
All of it. All of it.
A lot of it.
Yeah, I was wow, when Grant moves, I'm going to have to get some stuff. Nope. Didn't have to get anything.
No, nothing really. Yep. And then here we are. And based on that, it's no longer a good transition, but you guys are talking about Minnesota, Michigan State. Our first sports topic, college football, got turned on its head, which feels like a month ago at this point, but it was pretty crazy, and it deserves to be the lead story. For those under a rock, USC and UCLA are joining the Big Ten, and there's so much smoke, as Evan likes to say, about other teams joining. My first thought about this before we bounce ideas off of each other is I enjoyed that in the age of media where everything gets leaked and teased that things are going to happen, this felt like it was truly out of nowhere. This was nobody was thinking that day that UCLA and USC were we're all thinking about NBA free agency, and then we're like, oh, the Big Ten just added 2 Pac-12 teams that are historic. That's crazy. So I was curious, what were you guys' initial reactions, and then where have they changed now that it's been a couple weeks?
Evan's passionate, so let's let him lead.
I love every second about it. I do not. There is no tradition in college football anymore. If you want to talk about, oh my God, where's the tradition? The conference realignment has been happening since the 70s, 60s. Teams been joining different conferences since way back when. And so to think that this is a new thing, it isn't. Yeah, it started in 2014, but teams have been changing conferences for a long time. A very long time. And I think it's just smart by the Big Ten. You're going to go out there and you're going to find 2 of the most premier schools for TV and for money purposes only. Otherwise, the SEC is going to outgrow you, and you got to adapt to be the best. Because there was rumors as soon as Oklahoma and Texas left, there was rumors that the SEC wanted to get Ohio State and Michigan.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a wild time.
If those two teams leave the Big Ten,
there is champions no more Big every year.
There's no more Big Ten. That's what happens. So UCLA, USC, LA market, West Coast market, nothing but the best. I love every single second about it, and I still do.
Wow. Well, my initial reaction was not as ecstatic as Evan. I understand fully from the Big Ten side of it that they absolutely needed to do it, and I think it makes sense. Be a big money driver, blah, blah, blah. I do not love the idea of super conferences. I get Evan's points that teams change conferences a lot, but they don't ever get to 20 teams, and that's what I don't want. 20 team conferences, and it's going to feel like it's impossible to win your conference every year. So that part I think sucks, and I still think it sucks. And then the only other thing, it doesn't affect me, I guess, really, but they're in 2 different time zones. All the Big Ten school, there's now 3 time zones between the conference. And USC and UCLA are in a 3-hour time difference. So when they travel to East Lansing, is it automatically a 4:00 game? They're never going to play at noon, because then it's a 9 a.m. feel for them. And then when we travel there, it's never going to be at noon or 3:30. It's going to just be a night game. So it just feels like if I was a USC player or a UCLA player, I'd be jet lagged 24/7. We'd be traveling every week to the Eastern time zone and then coming back the next day back to your Pacific time zone, and it'd be a mess. It sounds terrible.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. I hated it in the moment. I was like, this sucks. College football, done. Canceled. I don't like it anymore. I'm going to go root for Canadian Football League to fill the void. Overreaction. I've come back down.
Huge overreaction.
I mean, hyperbole. I've come back down to earth. I obviously understood from the very beginning. Money drives everything. I get it. And also, I am positive that the team I root for, the teams this podcast covers, our conference is safe. We are not in flux like the ACC. I was listening to Andy Staples. He was on Part of My Take saying how their media deal is locked into 2036. And so Clemson and Florida State and Miami are trying to get out of it because they're going to be making significantly less money every year as the Big Ten and SEC sign new ones more recently. So I'm glad that we're not in a conference that's scrambling, but the geography is so bad. And I know it's America. I know you fly on planes. I know the NFL does it, and eventually college football is getting closer and closer to the NFL. It's just I don't know. I could have named you a decent amount of other teams I would have picked over those two. I'm sure I'll grow accustomed to them. But then also, like, it kind of loses the lust of the Rose Bowl in a way, which is if you start messing with that, that's my prized possession of college football, because now you get Big Ten, Pac-12, like in conference. There's just so many things. Like, I don't know. But that now I'm in my 20s and sound like an old man yelling at clouds. But it kind of feels good for a little bit.
It feels like the wrong schools were taken, but whatever. Notre Dame's a loser, and they never wanted to come.
Notre Dame won't do it because they said Notre Dame's not joining because there's three priorities that they don't
more
see
logical choices that you could have held out. Maybe
there's no logical choices when it comes to money, and it's all about markets. They don't care about geographic location. Are you going to draw interest? Iowa State's not drawing interest. USC and UCLA are. And the whole point is the NCAA is the problem of this. If the NCAA wants to fix it, it's too late. They never hired somebody to be a commissioner for any of the football. There's no talking point. There's no rules of what the conferences can and can't do. There's no rules of what the athletic directors and teams can do. The NCAA caused this problem.
All this is doing is abolishing NCAA. There's not
college football got
NCAA.
college football is getting so much bigger that they're just going to ban from an NCAA. It's not going to be a thing of the NCAA.
Was Mark Emmert the last thing holding this thing together?
Mark Emmert is
there needs to be a commissioner for the college football. There just has to be.
Okay, so now I guess stepping to a different realm of this discussion from a strictly on-field perspective, pretty good ads. Mick Cronin belongs in the Big Ten. He's a Big Ten guy. He wants to be Tom Izzo. He's bringing a tough brand of basketball. USC, they can get a good prospect every 3 years. Think about OJ Mayo. Think about Evan Mobley. There are going to be some guys they have.
Were good last year.
Football-wise, USC is like going to be must-see. They have Lincoln Riley now, and
Lincoln Riley's going to leave because he went to the Pac-12 to have easy wins. So
they got $10 million a year in LA. You're not leaving that.
They got Caleb Williams, right? Like he went with him, so they have.
They're going to be jet lagged all the time.
Jet lagged.
Who's UCLA's coach? Is it?
It's Chip Kelly still.
Chip Kelly.
It's a make or break year for Chip Kelly.
I was about to say Chip Kelly, and I was like, "There's no way that guy's still coaching football," but he is. So he's there. So good additions. Like they're not Rutgers. Like they're really. I mean, USC
should just get rid of Rutgers in Maryland, honestly. But
it's too late.
Alex, now that's a question. First of all, I want to touch on Notre Dame since you said that naughty word, Notre Dame.
They should be in the Big Ten.
I despise them. Them joining the Big Ten makes so much sense on paper. They have rivalries with Michigan, Michigan State, Purdue of all teams, and now you're bringing in USC, a team they want to play every single year anyway. So like them joining is the most no-brainer slam dunk in the world, and then you just find like one more team to balance it out. But I almost want us to not add them to be petty because they've played this dance, and right now they're the reason Notre Dame is the reason Oregon and Washington haven't already joined, because we're like, we got to see what Notre Dame does. We're not going to let Oregon, a fantastic college, Washington, been in the college football playoff. I mean, their basketball program, whatever, but two like pretty solid Pac-12 teams, if you want to go that route, are just being held up by Notre Dame.
Beef Stew is a Washington grad or Washington basketball player. He definitely didn't graduate, but.
Shout out Beef Stew. Anyways, I understand Notre Dame has NBC and they're like everyone, and even us, we're talking about them because I don't like them. I'm more on like, I hate watch them and want them. Toledo should have upset them last year, but whatever. They belong in the Big Ten, but I almost don't want them to be out of pure pettiness, and I want it to bite them in the butt when it comes to like being left out of the playoff because they don't get in one of these conferences because I think they're too good.
Where Notre Dame is going to get hurt, I think they'll be able to survive this one time, but like the next, like when they get these TV deals, they're going to fall behind in money. Like there's no way NBC is going to shill out so much money for just one team when all these TV deals are going to go out, and much more money for the conferences. Because right now the Big Ten Network and like all their TV agreements, right now before we sign a mega one, is making $54 million per university. That's just the TV deals, and like. I think the Pac-12 was only making like 34 or 24. So there's like a $20 or $30 million difference already just on the TV deals that the previous TV deals. And like Notre Dame said, they value their independence still. They talk about if it impacts their like college football playoff, and then like if it's like financial burden on them. And I can already see the future of two of them are already going to be a burden. Like, they're always going to value their independence because it's a tradition. Well, you don't have tradition, you're corrupt. Secondly, if you have to start getting teams not to play them. So, if the Big Ten moves to a 11 or 10 game conference schedule, then they're stuck with only playing, like, they can't play Michigan, they can't play Michigan State, can't play USC.
Well, they got the ACC still.
They only sign a contract with the ACC for 5 games. So you're going to play Navy, you're going to play Stanford, you're going to play Army,
BYU.
Like, they're running out of options where the interest of, like, for them to be on national TV, they're going to lose it. And the ACC just came out with a new schedule that I don't know if it included Notre Dame.
Notre Dame basically is in the ACC. I mean, they are for every sport except football, right?
No, they're in the Big Ten for hockey.
Well,
the minute
hockey's a little different.
The minute they ducked,
isn't Arizona State in the Big Ten for hockey?
Not yet. They want to get in it, but the Big Ten hasn't agreed to it yet.
That was one of the more stunning things I've heard come out of someone's mouth.
I know they were at least trying to be.
Notre Dame was dead to me the minute they ducked Michigan until the year 2033. I mean, that just screams you don't want to be in big boy football. You don't want to be in the elite conferences. So they probably have nightmares of D'Antonio running fake field goals on them too. So they're just they don't want to get exposed. They want to play their little cherry pick schedule of teams that have big brand names but aren't really that good. And then they're in the playoff discussion and then don't make it because their resume is not good, or they do make it and they get absolutely blitzed by Alabama.
They have made it a couple times.
Yeah, and done nothing. Like Michigan and Michigan State. So they're not better than us is what I'm trying to say. But they act like they are. Now here's a game I want to play. It's not really a game. It's just a question. It cannot be an SEC team. What is the one wish list school you could add into the Big Ten? Let's say it's not Notre Dame either. Let's say Notre Dame says, yes, we'll go. You need to find a partner for Notre Dame to make it even numbers. Can't be an SEC school because none of those schools are going to leave.
Alex, go ahead.
Clemson.
Oh, went for the fences.
I think that'd be sick.
I dig that.
I would say Pitt.
I like it. That's great. Okay, Evan.
Who wants to play
It's a big East Coast team. Big East Coast team. They already have a rival with Penn State. And
you know what?
They're solid at football.
Evan, let's kick out Notre Dame and we'll do our duo because that's
West
what
Virginia.
I want. West Virginia and Pitt would be so Big Ten.
West Virginia and Pitt.
There's
rumors now that Nebraska might leave the Big Ten because the Big Ten's so pissed at.
There's rumors that Nebraska's getting kicked out.
Yes, because they're no longer. There's some like academic thing that you're supposed to have to get in. They're no longer part of that. And then like Nebraska just like I guess pisses off the Big Ten conference.
They also got super mad when Ohio State was granted into the Big Ten championship during the COVID year, and they like openly slandered.
Oh yeah, openly changed the rules about it.
Nebraska
but everybody knew that was going to happen, so it's okay.
Yeah, Nebraska stinks at every sport.
Another dream school that would be a home run on both sports so far. North Carolina. Get the brand of that basketball elite.
Bring
Football's
Duke in
been
too.
good.
Just let them
All right.
putz around. They're better than Rutgers at football.
No, not anymore.
Shiano Man's building something.
Not anymore.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Now on the flip side, like there's also some like I also was looking today. So I think the Big 12 is kind of safe too because I forgot all the teams they're adding into their conference.
They're trying to stay safe. They're trying to stay relevant.
Safe.
It's just a matter of fact, or whenever, probably not soon. I would say probably 8 or 10 years from now, if like the SEC and Big Ten have like 20, 24 teams, and then they have their own national championship, and the Big 12's like, well, what about us? And the SEC's just like, no, not you guys.
Baylor should be in the SEC. They're the next one.
The Big 12 and like Pac-12 are on like a Spider-Man point off or like the Office gif of like the gun point, like who's going to poach from who because it feels like they're kind of vulnerable. But the Big 12, like they're adding BYU, Cincinnati, Houston, and UCF.
All the good group of 5
American.
Yeah. But BYU, like you said, Cincinnati and Baylor being in a conference feels so weird. So maybe Baylor will leave and more teams will leave, and then we can get Cincinnati in the Big Ten because that's where they belong. They'd be a good Big Ten school. But who knows what's... I mean, I have no idea what's going to happen. Nobody really does. It's crazy.
I don't want Cincinnati. We're the Big Ten.
You're above Cincinnati is good.
We don't take teams that are like taking a step up. We take teams that are moving horizontally.
Everyone's taking a step up if they move into the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Because of our money deal.
Maybe
money.
Maybe Thad Matta will make Butler such a powerhouse that they will get a Big Ten bid with no football team.
Butler is so screwed. If basketball realignment happened, they would be back in the horizon.
No, they already did that. They built the Big East like only basketball schools.
Yeah, and if the Big East disbanded, Butler's on the horizon.
No, we go to the American first.
You got the Atlantic 10.
A10, yeah. A10's
yeah,
a good
Butler would be great in the A10. Put those boys in the A10.
No, they're going to be good. All right, anyways, don't give me
Bad
sidetracked.
comment.
Now, more fun game. Thad to the bone. More fun game we can play is you have to pick a team to kick out of the Big Ten tomorrow to make room for somebody who's getting booted from the Big Ten.
Well, I'm picking out Rutgers.
You went Rutgers, Evan?
Rutgers.
You went Nebraska?
I like Nebraska's like football stadium and going there I think is cool, but their basketball team is an absolute joke every year. So yeah, get rid of Nebraska.
They got like just a set of
And I like Rutgers basketball team. They're gritty. The rack is cool.
The rack is sweet.
I couldn't kick out Rutgers.
It's not the rack anymore. It's Jersey Mike's Arena.
It's the rack.
It's the rack. It's hard to win in the rack.
I'm picking out Rutgers. They did it solely because of the New York market, but they realized nobody in New York really cares about college athletics.
Listen, I'm cool with dumping all the red teams.
All right, I have
Did
one.
you see the proposal since USC joined that they're going to be a red conference
Red
and
versus
non-red
non-red.
teams? Yes.
I have two, but one ahead of the other, and it's really going to anger one state in particular. Instead of having you guys guess, I wouldn't care to see Illinois leave the Big Ten.
I knew you were going to say them. You hate
their
them
football,
in basketball, and their football's a joke.
Yep, their football team is so
You don't
bad,
trust
and
Brett Bielema?
I just despise their fan base is so whiny in basketball that they can just, I don't know what they would join because they don't really fit in other places in the country. And then the other one, I'd be cool with Northwestern joining the Ivy League. I don't really need to see that Ryan Field. I know they're getting a new stadium, but like
Ryan Field.
They're a high school.
Are they getting a new stadium or are they just upgrading this one?
They're just
renovating. Renovating?
But they just got a sweet new football facility like on the water.
Yeah.
No one cares about that. I don't watch a game in there.
Their basketball team there's nothing more boring than turning on that arena.
Welsh Ryan Arena.
Seeing the student section. Like
we are live, all 36 of us here at Welsh Ryan Arena.
Oh, Pete Nance has a triple-double and we're losing by 50.
Hey, man, some teams lose there, including top 10 teams in green and white.
All right, anyways.
The 4-time champion on them.
You see their student section, you're like, that's an Ivy League student section. We can send them to the Ivy League.
They're smart kids.
I don't hate that proposal. Well, the only reason we keep them is
we
because
don't need Chicago. We don't need Chicago.
Yeah.
Where the Big Ten network is located, we kind of do.
We kind of do.
What if Illinois and Northwestern join to make a mega Chicago school? We just call them
should join
Chicago.
Sports teams and then just be all Illinois players, pretty much. Northwestern's football team's pretty good.
Dude, what if that's where college football
stadium sucks?
Oh my God.
Alex.
Pat Fitzgerald's a good coach. You can't.
Is he?
They would dominate the Ivy League if they were playing football.
Do not sleep on Harvard.
I don't think they would.
They would struggle in basketball, I think. There's some good basketball teams in the Ivy League.
They run the Ivy League like triple option offense. They don't pass, really.
They would murder teams in the Ivy League in football.
No, I don't think they would. Princeton ran spread offense. They had like one of the top offenses a couple years ago. Princeton's offensive coordinator went to Oklahoma State.
In what division, Evan? 6?
No, they're not in a division. They have their own Ivy League.
They just play each other.
They're like Division 2.
Super lame.
Northwestern, now that I think about it, did have like
so bad for Northwestern.
They did like just make the Big Ten championship game and like
they've been doing it twice, haven't they?
They had 2 first-round draft picks. They would destroy the Ivy League.
Football, they would kill the Ivy League.
Oh, their recruiting would drop off for sure after that.
Yeah, I wouldn't care, Alex.
The basketball, though, I think they'd be middle of the pack in the Ivy League.
It just makes you think like how lucky some of these dog crap teams and like small universities in the Big Ten are lucky just to already be in it. Be like, yeah, we're part of it already.
We need Northwestern GPA boosters.
Out.
Well, Rutgers.
No one cares about
and,
GPA anymore. No one. It's not academics. It's athletics.
Academia.
Rutgers and I hated how you said that. Rutgers and Maryland.
Like purpose.
Rutgers and Maryland's like chancellors or presidents should get full-time billion-dollar contracts for finagling the deal into the Big Ten when they did, because like nobody looks better.
Yep.
Now if they
Hey,
get
Maryland's
kicked
good
out,
at basketball.
not recently, really.
Oh, they won the Big Ten 2 years ago.
Oh,
Well, live in the past, Alex.
I'm living in the present.
Sorry. Football team stinks.
So college football is crazy. We'll see how it unfolds into this season. But I mean, these changes don't take like effect for a little bit, so we got some time.
One season.
2024.
But not,
Two.
yeah.
After this next upcoming season, they're there. Are they not?
No, 2024 it goes into effect.
Yeah.
That's when Oklahoma and Texas are going to the SEC too.
22, Alex. They don't care about count the bowl game.
2 and 3.
And 3 and 4. They're not coming until
4 and 5.
They're going to be here for the 2024-2025
yes
football.
Some teams
basketball.
don't
You know
play in
what?
2025 though.
We're gonna
Basketball.
lose.
Some teams only play in 2024 because they don't make a
Basketball.
bowl game.
We're gonna lose the
It's
we're gonna-
football that drives the money, Alex.
We're gonna lose the Big Ten championship game, and Lucas Oil is gonna go to SoFi for at least a year, and that's gonna suck.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to suck.
Grant, you know
You're
how
not
awesome
going
it
to
would
go
be?
to SoFi, though, Evan.
No,
I know that. Okay, hypothetically, you have a higher paying job. You're with all the boys, and the Big Ten championship game is in Vegas. Somewhat not close to halfway, but it's not all the way in LA.
How's it get in Vegas?
Because it's a West Coast market. You can move the Big Ten championship wherever you want. You just gotta.
Allegiant Stadium.
Because there's 2 teams.
Yes.
They're not gonna go to a city that doesn't have a team.
They're
in
not
it.
going to do that.
Well, I guess Indy doesn't have a team. Damn it! I just.
It's
Indy
Vegas.
doesn't have a team, but they're like in the middle of all the schools.
The crossroads
And
of
they also
America,
have 2 schools in Indiana.
and it's very walkable.
Well, when the Bears build a brand new stadium, there's going to be one there.
Midwest people are not built for
Ford
SoFi
Field
Stadium.
deserves a Big Ten championship.
You're telling me,
No, it
dude,
doesn't.
the Vegas championship would sell out in 30 seconds if the Big Tens were playing there.
If
Those
USC was
drunk
there.
Midwesterners going to Vegas?
Midwest
Wisconsin played in a bowl game out there, this past season.
Midwest people aren't built for SoFi Stadium.
I'm
dark.
built for SoFi Stadium.
Are you?
No, I'm built for Allegiant Stadium.
Okay.
I was to say,
The
I
black
flew
hole.
over Allegiant Stadium. Not a big deal. In a helicopter.
Sick brag.
Oh, that's sick. That is sick.
Not a
though.
big deal.
That is
That's
super
very
cool.
I was about to say something, so I mean.
Okay,
Privileged.
before Evan does that, let's go into our quick topics. I think the best way to do this is we'll just say a team in our city and then basically like what happened with them since, and then we'll go off the topics that were written down. We'll start with the baseball team. Evan,
Oh, so close. So close.
There was
so close
spoke
to
it
being
into
back.
existence.
serious momentum. There's a lot of things going on with this team. It's kind of crazy. They have a little revival with Riley Green, who he's boycott proof. He doesn't really fall. He's like better than this organization, so he doesn't fall into the boycott. He stands apart
Probably
from
trade
it.
him for assets at this point.
Yeah, for sure. That's coming. Eduardo Rodriguez just ghosting this whole team. That's kind of crazy development that keeps going on. I guess it's still a touchy subject, so I don't want to get myself in trouble and speak on it, but kind of crazy just to completely ghost like your employer, which is what they said's happening. Like he's just
In fairness,
not
I think we would
responding.
all ghost Al Avila if he was trying to reach out to us.
fair.
No, Evan, I wouldn't have signed with Alavila in the first.
Miguel Cabrera got an honor. It seems like Rob Manfred did something right once. He got an honorary All-Star slot. I guess that's
I kind of don't like it.
That was sneaky. That was like the day before he announced like Pujols
I
and
don't
Cabrera were
like
going to be in. It was like, oh yeah, by the way, Manfred during the like negotiations gets to pick 2 All-Stars every single year.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Sneaky by
drunk
him.
with power.
Yes.
I think it's
You think it's like a
soft.
sympathy award?
Like,
So like on
oh, we feel bad for you, Miguel. Here's an all-star game. Like,
yeah, so well, like on the
Yeah.
players' side,
Just
like
don't.
what were the players trying to ask for? Then Robert Manfred was just sitting there, like, all right, let me pick 2 All-Stars every single year. And then
you
like,
know,
fine,
yeah, we
if
can do
get
that,
this-
but I get to pick some all-stars.
Yes.
Didn't he pick a yeah, what a crazy negotiation piece. That's like in a fancy football
Like, we
trade.
want higher
when
wages
you're like,
for minor
no,
league players,
throw
and, like
in
better living.
Done.
throwing
4 all-stars.
no, I want like in a fancy football trade, and you're like, yeah, we're swapping our 2 best players, and I'm going to give you a bench piece. And you know what? You have the first waiver claim. I get that player as well.
Yes.
But didn't Pujols get the other slot?
Yeah, he got the N out.
All right, so that looks.
I thought he put Pujols in the Derby too. He has that
Pujols just
power.
agreed. He didn't put him in there. But
I
Pujols
saw
agreed to
Manfred
it.
put Pujols in the Derby.
I love this storyline.
So stupid.
It helps though that like at least Miguel's stats are way better than Pujols, but it is like the average is cool, but like all he does is hit singles. I think he has like 3 extra base hits or so. Like the dude just mashes singles, and he's an all-star, which cool tip of the cap. And then I mean outside of that, the Riley Green effect. Oh, I mean we lost the Isak Paredes trade. I'm just gonna go out and just say that now.
Okay,
a couple
what
months.
is going on?
What in fairness?
The dude
he's-
just hits bomb after bomb after bomb.
He should have been Ron Manfred's all-star.
Okay, in
And Austin
fairness.
Meadows is hurt every third. He was on a rehab assignment in AAA, and he's just got to restart. It's
Yeah,
not
'cause
working.
soreness in the Achilles. You don't keep pushing them.
We lost
Like-
the trade.
Alex, it's
lost
the
the
Achilles
trade.
injury, bro.
We lost the trade by
We
a
lost the
lot.
trade.
First off, Paredes is only playing because they have an injury, and so he
He's just mashing baseballs.
that was like a week ago.
He had like 3 in a game.
Yeah. Okay, he's Garrett Cole's kryptonite. Like, who cares?
The
It
dude is
happens.
raking.
He's got 13 home runs. Austin Meadows has
Okay,
0.
what's his batting average?
243.
243.
865 OPS. That's higher than anyone on our team.
He has more home runs than the Tigers have hit in months.
No, we got hot for a little bit.
At least
Not
we got
we.
Candelario to play third, huh?
I mean, what was
He's
the
my
problem?
Tiger.
What happened? Is our hitting coach? Is it a bad culture? Why is Isak Paredes an all-star now?
I think it is the hitting coach.
Okay.
But AJ Hinch doesn't want to fire the hitting coach in the middle of the season.
Well, Kansas City did. Not saying that they're a model organization to base
Dude,
themselves around, but they did.
Isak for the Tigers hit a combined 2 home runs.
He hits a big ballpark.
13.
Alex,
ballpark.
I don't know if you heard, but he hit 3 in a game.
There's a wind tunnel in Tropicana.
He
Field.
played
Wind tunnel in Tropicana. They just turned the fans on.
57 games with the Tigers and hit 2 home runs.
This is
He's played 46 games with the Rays and has 13.
This is such a joke.
He's on the juice.
Off the
Why
juice.
wasn't he on the juice here?
You think
I'm all for
you
the
think he's
juice
on
if we play
steroids,
well.
Evan?
Anything goes.
That's the only
Steroids are legal now in
That's
baseball.
the only logical explanation for this.
What a joke. Lost the trade.
Lost the trade.
Alavila, another lost trade.
Yeah, and we thought we won it. Like we're not even getting the ones where we
He
give up
even
good.
lost no-brainer trades. Wow.
It's almost
It's an
impressive.
all-time
how-
level of bad for a GM.
And the bad thing is with that, like you mentioning that, it's like Al Avila's going to run another draft, and he's going to run another trade deadline for us.
He's not getting fired.
I know.
Ever.
I don't think he's getting fired this off.
Dude, he's not. Why
if
is he
you
still
aren't
here
gonna-
right now?
If
I
you
don't
aren't going to
know.
fire him in the offseason, then somebody else needs to be running the draft and the trade deadline. Because if you're going to fire him in the offseason, you just don't want to do it mid-season. Somebody else needs to be running it. And Illich
he's
isn't
not getting
hands-on
fired.
enough.
Illich doesn't give
hands-on-
a about this baseball team. And that's why we are so terrible. Because he's letting... I'm not going to... Nope, not going to do it. It'd be way too mean to Alavila. Might be a nice guy outside of baseball.
Say something nice. I like his son, Alex Avila. He was a cool catcher. I like him.
He actually does radio, and it works for MLB.
It's on
Network.
MLB Network. Yeah.
Quality man.
He did the.
Got some funny tweets sometimes.
He's on 97.1 ticket for Tigers games sometimes.
It's got to be awkward for him.
Thursday night he did it.
That's the worst GM in the history of sports.
Best shortstop. That's my answer for what position should be top priority for the Tigers. Or middle infielder. Best middle infielder in the draft we should take. If we take a pitcher, I already boycotting the team. I don't know what's worse than that. But if we take another like high school arm, I don't know what to say.
Did you see the stack one? Somebody tweeted it out. I don't know if I liked it, but what's his name? I think it's like Meyer or Mayer, whatever the shortstop prospect that we passed up
For the
Drive
Red
Jackson Joe.
Sox. Yeah, the Red Sox.
Yeah, they
took
did
him.
a side by side of like comparing the seasons. Joe has like a 4 ERA and 1 and 3, and then Meyer is like batting like close to 300 and having a solid. And then shout out our boy Chief, and then he commented on this and well, what about his spin rate? Their kid's slider.
God, dude.
Oh,
We're gonna take another high school
Badoo's
arm.
back.
He had an RBI in tonight's game.
we brought a Badoo up, but we sent down Cody Clemens, who actually is like playing.
Started to play
Solid.
all right.
Yeah,
Not that I've been watching because I'm fully boycotted.
Well,
but
Roger Clemens was making people nervous at the park, probably. His presence rattles people.
Scary.
Any
guy.
publicity is good publicity.
Tigers are a joke.
I can't believe.
Who should they draft? Doesn't matter. It's going to be a bad player.
I can't believe.
Grant wants Jackson Holiday.
That sounds like an awesome name. Fully in on Jackson Holiday. Haven't seen.
What about Brooke Lee?
No, that's a girl.
Watch us take a defensive catcher. Can't hit.
What about Jace Jones?
Great catcher.
Watch your mouth about defensive catchers.
What pick do we have?
But watch us draft Grant. We're going to draft Grant to the Detroit Tigers.
Draft order.
We would be
No offense,
bad.
Grant, but that would be the worst pick in the history of sports.
This prospect wouldn't make it out of A-ball.
You wouldn't get to A-ball. You'd
We
be
don't
in
have
that,
it until pick
You
12.
get one at bat with the Erie
What's that like?
Seawolves.
Spring. What's the thing below single A called? God,
Double
Rookie
A?
ball?
No, rookie ball.
it's like rookie spring ball.
I belong
Something
on the,
like.
I belong on the Savannah Bananas.
You're below that, whatever that is.
The Myrtle Beach Pelicans.
Is that a real team?
Yeah,
You'd fit right in there.
I know a ton of Myrtle.
You could
like,
play for the
have
Royal
picked.
Oak Leprechauns.
Yeah, no, I could play for them.
Semi-pro summer baseball.
I
You
could play
do
for
that.
them. Yeah,
Yeah, they sold out their game the other day.
I could. I would be a good battery. You'd be throwing absolute shed.
Play for the Royal Oak Leprechauns.
I think so.
Wow.
I think a lot of like Lenawee County kids have. I think he does. I feel like I saw a picture once. I was like, oh yeah, because fun fact, I was the Royal Oak Leprechauns public address announcer at Siena Heights baseball field for one summer.
Wow.
I read
You made it big.
I read the starting lineup cards. Like now up to bat.
So yeah, guys,
now.
everyone, Grant moved to Minnesota because he is the new Al Michaels for NBC.
I'm the voice of the Minnesota Lynx.
Oh,
She
yeah.
scores.
She got it.
I would just
From three.
I would just imitate George Blah. Tigers, that's it. I mean, there's not.
Tigers boycott so back, and it's not leaving.
What is
Dude, I didn't even know we had the 12th pick, bro.
The boycott is
We're
guaranteed
not
to
gonna get
last the
anybody.
rest of this season and probably the first half of next season.
Alex, are you a little ashamed you let Evan almost suck you back into this team?
Oh yeah, I was thinking about that today. I'm like, God, I was such a weak little boy during that moment. Where I was
Dude,
like, wow,
Friday
the
morning,
Tigers are-
we
You
were
guys
8
started-
games out of the wild card. Friday morning, we were only 8 games
because
out
I
of
was
the wild
watching
card.
the game and I'm like, wow. And then as I was watching, things started to implode. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is the team.
And you know what? We had to commend Evan because like the fan base was getting a little silly thinking we were doing something, and we did need that social engagement on Twitter, get those likes. So I'm glad Evan was like, you know what? I got it, guys, because I just had no motivation in me to like remotely tune into this team's highlights. And
I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs or even push for that.
I started feeling bad though, because you're like, well, yeah, we're you guys both, and Alex turns like, oh yeah, I'm close. I'm like, I don't even like this team would have to be tied for the division lead for me to even turn on a game.
I think part of it is like I was at home, so we had Bally. Nothing was on, so I put it on. And I'm like, oh, this isn't bad. They've won a bunch of games. They're winning. Yeah, it didn't last. Will not turn on another game the rest of this year. Guaranteed.
Red Wings. The Eyes are playing. We hired a coach. That was one of the last things. No, that was going to.
We talked about it last week.
That was going
or
to
2 weeks ago.
No, well, we talked about who we were going to hire. Remember, we were going to leave for July 4th. Alex and I screamed out the window, "We hired Lalonde!" And you were like,
I thought we
"Lalonde?"
talked about it on the show.
We talked
No.
about
I
who
guess-
they should hire,
Yeah.
and you gave out the wrong name.
Yeah,
no, I gave the blue check mark name.
Yeah,
and
he was
Evan,
wrong.
You just proved.
He
Evan
was
also
wrong.
said the Pistons signed Bryn Forbes. So
Evan.
I didn't say it on. I didn't say it on the broadcast.
You did
Evan
do
fell
that.
for a Twitter bot.
Yes,
you
I
did
did.
do that.
I was busy doing something. I can't remember what I was doing that day.
You said it
But I
so
opened
casually.
up my phone.
We're
and the
probably at
first-
work.
First tweet I saw when I opened up Twitter was that, and I just closed it and texted you guys. I said, "Wow, we are so back."
Yep,
I
this
looked
is
and
it.
like, Evan, this account has 4 followers.
didn't even fact check.
I can actually pull it up. I can tell you exactly what happened with Evan here. It was Thursday, June 30th, 5:16 p.m. I just typed Lalonde, exclamation point. Evan goes, "I am here for your Red Wings insider." Alice goes, "Big time." So Evan's like, just
Thinking he's at this point.
Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, if they had a child. He drops an hour later. Bryn is a Piston. We are so good at our job.
Yeah.
Just a quick
Just close.
Just a
Just
quick.
completely
not
just a-
true.
Just a
I was
quick.
close.
Where did you see this, Evan? Alex goes, "Yeah, not true, Evan. Kevin Knox is a Piston." And then Evan has the audacity to link a tweet from Andre
I'm
Stan.
just saying where I saw it.
102
You
followers.
could have been like, "Oh, it was wrong." You didn't
His
even
profile
say that.
picture is like Paul Millsap. Like this is his insider.
Look.
Oh man, what a miss!
Very fake
But
Evan.
what a big hit before that. Big hit followed by a disastrous miss. That is why you're
I'm
not
a
Woj.
hockey guy.
And he said, I don't fact check. He goes, I don't fact check. So
I don't
just-
fact check. So is Johnny Hockey a Red Wing yet or what?
Oh,
better.
very bad news on that. Very bad news.
I did see a rumor he's going somewhere
I had better
else,
news though.
so.
Evan, what's the bad?
Bad news. Johnny Hockey will not be playing for the Detroit Red Wings unless we pay him probably like $4 or $5 million over what everyone else is asking.
That's
Worth it.
nothing.
We got
dude.
cap.
Do
We
you
got
see
cap.
what they get paid in the NBA?
He's demanding around 10. Alex,
We got cap.
hockey NBA is way different. He's demanding around 10. He's going to get it. The favorites to get him are Boston,
Ugh,
Philadelphia,
they get everything.
and New Jersey. Boston has to clear cap if they want to sign him.
New Jersey?
Philly
Okay.
has to clear cap if they want to sign him. They do not have it right now. New Jersey has over $20 million currently in salary.
So we
And
take.
he's from New Jersey.
So wheels turning here. We take Patrice Bergeron and Pasternak in a salary dump.
Bergeron
And-
is so old.
I don't want. Who do I not? I don't want Bergeron.
What
He's a
about
cheap-
Evgeny Malkin?
That's what I was gonna say. Evgeny Malkin.
Those are the rumors.
He's
flying
a Red
around
Wing.
Today.
I saw that he is going to be a Red Wing.
He's meeting with Yzerman tomorrow.
Whoa, that's huge.
He's
he
also
still good?
about to be
He was
36.
sweet for a while.
He's about to be 36. But
We're
you
su-
point per game.
This is what I've been reading.
Better
I've been
than
reading- We're signing. Larkin's getting a contract extension coming in the next couple
not
days.
for the Red Wings if I'm the GM.
Is Larkin?
Larkin's getting a contract extension from
Captain.
To be our third liner.
because you watch so much hockey, Alex.
Well, I know Larkin is overrated.
My bad.
I've
D-boss.
watched plenty to know that.
We're gonna probably hire, or not hire. We're gonna sign a bunch of veteran, low-level contracts, low years.
Paul Bisonet.
Yes, he's coming back.
We should hire
they
them.
tutored
Andrew
the
Kopp.
young. We're gonna be out of the race. He's one of the top defensive players available.
Damn it.
He's from Michigan.
He actually played at
Michigan
Pioneer. No,
native.
he played at Pioneer.
Oh,
Played
that's
at
sick.
Michigan.
That is
We
sick.
can get him.
He holds a record for most touchdowns in a single high school football game.
What?
Wow. How old is Claude Giroux? Like 50?
Oh my
Yes.
God. He was on the cover of
He
NHL like
played for the
13.
Flyers.
How about
Um,
David Perrin? That guy was pretty
Dude,
good.
you're butchering these names. You
Yeah,
are
you
like,
are.
hockey is like your Evan
Perron?
Kryptonite. Yeah. And it was
Perron?
called Giroux. Sorry,
I would
Evan.
say we're going to sign a bunch
Go
of
ahead.
veterans, tutor the young guys, make the transition for a new coach easier because the veterans will lead the locker room.
Mm.
Captain will lead the locker room.
Malkin.
That's over a couple years, and then I hope it's not a couple more years, but it's everything that I'm reading or like the tea leaves. It looks like it's going to be.
We're pushing the rebuild.
It's going to be a long, drawn out rebuild. However, Costa's close. Edvinson's close. Yzerman did hint at he got interviewed during the draft. A couple things didn't go our way or something along those lines where I think he tried to have like deals in place or trades in place and they didn't go through. And so like he went back to like his B-C option.
Did we trade for Did we trade
got
for
a new goalie?
the Blues goalie because like Costa's like so far away still because he's
I think Costa is probably like a year out.
So one full season. with
One
this
full season, and
other
then
dude.
I think they're going to give him a chance. I think they're giving this kid a chance because the Blues needed a salary dump. Tarasenko could be on the move. That's a name to look out for.
so
Oh, I loved him in NHL for like 14,
So
15.
what
So good.
ballpark? We'll do the whole like 2022, 23 season like that range. When's
This
the
year,
next?
No.
When's the next date roughly that Grant's going to care about Red Wings hockey? Based on
We're
your
going to
knowledge
care
of this
about
region.
hockey in Christmas of 2024.
Oh,
The Red Wings are going to be
2
above
years.
500 and be fighting for playoff spot. Well, they will be in the playoffs going into Christmas and going into New Year's, going into 2025.
So a little over 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
That's a long time. I was expecting better, Evan.
Alex, you got to think the talent just still isn't there on the roster. If you
Can't we just sign some dudes? We have a lot of young
They don't want to
talent.
come to us when the top best available offensive player.
The guy that just built a dynasty in Tampa Bay.
We're getting Malkin, dude. Did you hear he's me with
You
Eisman?
look at everybody, what they did. Colorado
Did
built
Tampa
through
Bay
the draft.
take this long?
Tampa Bay built through the draft.
Should we take a flyer on Evander Kane?
Nowadays.
Evan,
No,
I gotta ask
he's
you.
a problem child.
I gotta ask you the question I ask you every time we get a free agent rumor: will the C be passed to Malkin instead of Larkin once Malkin joins the Red Wings?
No, Larkin will keep the captain. The entire
Wow.
time.
Well,
Larkin is not captain.
will Malkin
material.
get the A like he did in Pittsburgh?
Probably.
Malkin's not coming for anything less than captain.
If you want to listen to a great interview and get a little more insight on Mo, he went on to the Chitlets podcast last week, right before the draft, on Thursday morning of the draft. Fantastic. You get so much more information about like where he came from and whatnot. Fantastic interview.
I started listening to it and then
Let's give him the C.
I would say like if every single fan would just listen to that, he would be the face of Detroit now for athletics.
he was my
Let's have
first
him be
pick.
the captain.
In the
I would
under
change my
25
pick
draft.
currently right now for him to be the face of Detroit sports.
Wow.
Well, Hutchinson, so maybe he'll get.
Let's get Duncan Keith out of retirement.
It might be. Well,
He just retired like 2 days ago.
I think yesterday.
it's hard for a hockey player to be like the face.
It is.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Especially when the team's not good.
Town.
Speaking of another sport going on that seems to have a couple budding faces, the Pistons. We know Cade's that guy. I listened to, I know Alex does too, Bill Simmons, Ryan Russillo, great little NBA dude. They know a lot about ball. And Bill Simmons was doing his like trade. He does like a trade value chart of like, would you trade this guy straight up? Cade was like 17th in the whole NBA. 15th on the list.
Most valuable trade asset. 15th most valuable
in the
asset.
league. Like many people were like, and it makes sense because if like someone called you up and was like, hey, would you guys take DeMar DeRozan for Cade? You'd be like, no, I'm going to keep Cade Cunningham because he's sweet. So we got a piece in that. And then also, I mean, guys, Jaden Ivey, I'm so glad.
A freak athlete. He is just probably the best rookie.
I'm so thankful that I never thought Mathurin was the guy at any point in the draft process. Because
you're dumb.
This Jaden Ivey
I'm so glad I died on that hill.
This Jaden Ivey guy is the real deal. I mean, he's going to be a menace. Just got to stay. Well, also, Isaiah Todd, please never listen to this show. I don't want your
Public enemy
download.
number one.
I really don't. That guy's the worst.
Hand up. I feel like his closeout wasn't like, he didn't try to do anything.
No,
wrong.
but it's just like Isaiah Todd and like when your star player in Summer League just lands and you closed out wrong. You're going to make
Granted,
jokes.
I don't know that we needed to see much more of Ivy after that game anyways.
Oh, I did. I was having fun, though.
He was going to
You
drop
get
50.
championship rings if you win the summer league. We want them.
Yeah.
We can
debut
still
year.
win.
Nah.
Alex, it's
Livers
like the Lions
is-
going 4-0 in the preseason. We won the preseason.
Saban Lee is
championship. I wanna
tough to
win
watch.
This when we
Saban
get,
Lee.
like, the
He's
12th.
hurt now, but he stinks.
Cut him.
I was going to look at it to see. Jaden Ivey's not playing tonight, is he? I know, like, I think we're playing now, but I
No,
didn't
God,
care about
no,
it because
he
I know
shouldn't.
no one's playing.
I hope he doesn't.
Beef,
so dumb.
Beef Stew's hitting threes.
Is he still playing?
I don't know.
Fuck yeah.
He should be done. I mean, he doesn't need to play.
Alex, we're trying to win
Also,
a
yeah,
championship, bro.
Isaiah Stewart. He's changed my opinion a little bit. I am a little
we're down
more
with
excited
Mathurin.
for him.
Matherin's cooking us.
Ugh, I knew it. We should have drafted him.
JK.
So how would you guys? I was trying to think like, what's it like to watch Jaden Ivey play basketball?
Buddy Boeheim started.
I think watching Jaden Ivey like play
Two-way player.
Watching Jaden Ivey play basketball is like if you gave a basketball to a jackrabbit and they could dribble and you could just like watch them like run around a court. I don't know how to like really describe it. It's like one of the most athletic things I've ever seen.
He's like a little like different shaped Ja Morant.
A little taller. He's big.
He's like a little bigger, a little taller.
and like his step back threes, everything about him. I'm just like, this guy is real. And then Jalen Duren. Oh my god.
Dude, he is ridiculous for an 18-year-old.
We had some fun in the group chat, which was a funny tweet of just like comparing genetics. It's like, I don't understand how that's a human being that's 18 years old on any planet.
Insane.
Should be illegal, honestly. It's not fair.
It's ridiculous.
That's like when we showed up to AAU 5th grade games with Chris Dorobantu. But like if Chris Dorobantu
if you
was
pulled a picture of me in 5th grade AAU and compared it to Jalen Duren in his 5th grade AAU, you would think that the guy's like 25 years older than me.
And he sounds like 20. He sounds like 40 the way he talks.
Dude, I watched that like, I don't know, he's like a little series on YouTube.
He's a vlogger.
When he was getting ready for the draft, he's like, yeah, I should be at prom right now. I was like, what the fuck? This dude's supposed to be at prom? Could you imagine letting your daughter date that dude? If she was like 17, he's like 17, he looks like he's 35.
Get that bag.
Be terrified. Be like, this guy can kill me.
Yeah, imagine like he goes to meet you and like you call Jalen Duren dad. Like, nice to meet you.
You're like, sir. Oh my God. So what time's your kid going to prom, Jalen?
Then he pets you on the head and says, I'll get her home when I want.
God.
Yeah, dude,
There's no curfew.
I would like to see his birth certificate.
Jalen Duren gives you a curfew.
I want to see his birth certificate. I don't believe it.
Gives you a curfew.
Who's out there right now?
Also, he's pretty good.
I don't see Javen Ivey.
He made some good passes, sweet dunks.
Ivy's not even on the roster on ESPN anymore.
Damn.
We should just put in Cade for a couple
Cade's not
games.
on the roster. Ivy says has not entered.
Do we think that as the kind of I think it was overblown, but the Killian Hayes tryout, do you think he passed the tryout and he's still going to be
I think he passed because he was sitting courtside with everybody else. They're like best friends.
All baloney. That was all baloney. He played one game. And he did look fine, so I'm not.
I'm just excited. We have our Killian Hayes for the Pistons.
We have a Killian Hayes, Jeff Okuda rivalry,
and then Jeff Okuda for the Lions, and then we'll find players for other sports. But it's fun to like lock in on the guy.
Get a Killian Hayes jersey.
No, you will not.
I will.
You will not.
I will do it,
dude.
Evan, we need to be smart with our money, and that isn't it.
And like
that is it.
And like 5 years from now, Killian Hayes jerseys will be like Chris Bosh of like the Miami Heat Big Three. They'll be like, who bought a Chris Bosh jersey? Cade and Jaden, and even Duren.
If Killian Hayes is Chris Bosh, he had an illustrious career.
It was more of like, who's buying a Chris Bosh jersey when the other guys are there in South Beach?
No, you're telling me Killian's going to make a ginormous rebound kick out in the NBA Finals.
Tim Duncan wasn't in, so
to Sadiq Bey.
I think Isaiah Livers could have like a, dare I say, not as good offensively, but makes up for on defense of like an impact Jordan Poole has for the Warriors.
That good, Grant.
Not offensively.
I think he'll be better than
this. Jordan is an offensive game. We don't care about your defense.
Evan, did you hear that?
No.
I think he'd be a better all-around basketball player than Jordan Poole.
Wow, that would be the best draft pick
Jordan
in the last like 10 years.
Jordan Poole's too into the hotties on the bench, on the court side.
Nothing wrong with that.
Jordan Poole, I wonder about where he's at mentally, and he doesn't play any defense.
You heard him. He said pool party all summer.
Well, I need Livers to shoot better.
Livers is a good shooter.
His 1 for 10 or
that was bad.
He was 1 for 8 in the first game, and he was like 5 for 6 in the next.
We know he's a good shooter. We saw it over years.
The dude's good, Evan. Put your bias aside.
I'm not. I am. It's also summer league, so asterisk. Yeah. But if we win summer league,
he played well at the end of the last year too.
Any thoughts on Chet?
Chet's good.
He's a bum.
Evan,
he's a bum.
Now, I do get that summer league, you are playing against a lot of
He
bums.
can do 2 things. He can only do 2 things.
Block.
He can only shoot threes, and he only can block guards that are trying to attack the rim. That's all he can do. He can't block somebody that's 7 feet just like him, because everyone is bigger than him if they're 7 feet. And he can't get around anybody that's smaller than him.
This is just not factual.
Yes, it is.
He can block center, 7.
I was going to text you guys.
Look at all of his blocks are these centers that are going at him.
Dude, he's playing against a bunch of bums right now. I'm not saying I think he's good.
One-on-one.
He is not getting cooked. What do you mean?
Go look at our tweets.
I was going to text you guys.
You tweeted about him?
He did. Yeah, he did.
You better attach your names to some of these tweets because I will
I attached my name
He did for that one. He said Evan loves to see this.
I 100% did.
How did I miss this one?
I was going to...
Oh, God.
What?
EJ Liddell tore his ACL today.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah, it's sad. That. Really sad.
Disappointing.
I was going to text you guys before Evan tweeted that because then I didn't want to because it was like...
this is what Evan likes to see. I did.
Because I thought you guys were going to make it Chet related, but I will say this. when I was watching that game before that clip happened, Kenny Lofton Jr. might be my favorite basketball player on the planet. That
Went to
guy,
He
Louisiana
tore
Tech.
it up at the combine.
dude,
People forget.
he's so fun to watch.
He was in the
moving.
transfer portal, and then he just excelled in the combine, like Alex said.
He was like a freak at the combine.
He's
now.
awesome.
Like he was drawing interest from like top Power 5 schools.
I need all the Kenny Lofton.
Yeah, so Kenny Lofton's good. So what? Chet's not supposed to be like a all-star this season. So
Whoa.
Oh my God, Alex!
Who
You
said
just
he was?
slid that thing out of your mouth and put it back on your desk, didn't you?
I think he's going to be really good in the NBA. I still stand that.
My gosh. You're sitting
Evan,
here
you
just-
think Joey Hauser's better than Chet?
he is?
Well, this is why I just can't believe
He's
it's
more
word you
versatile
say.
than Chet.
No, wrong. Joey can't
Yes,
play
he is.
defense at all. Chet
Yes,
can
he
at least
can.
block people. Not a Joey slander podcast, but come on, Evan.
Joey's better.
Evan. I just don't know if you're being serious or not.
I'm 100% serious. Chet Holmgren will never make it in the NBA. He's going to be washed out and within 4 years.
There's a lot on the line here.
I stand with Chet and AJ Hogarth
You make it sound like it's a social
and Killian
cause.
Hayes.
Evan wrote a note that was funny. I saw they talked about it in the Pat McAfee show. The Lions had the most expensive offense in the NFL. That's just a funny sentence to read out loud.
Pat McAfee really got a kick out of that.
It makes no sense.
The Lions?
Because Vitai's getting 10, Decker's getting 19,
It's all our linemen and
It's
golf.
Jared Goff's getting like a gajillion dollars.
Goff is getting 40.
And
so
the-
there's
and the
three
linemen.
guys already getting 60
But our
of
offensive
the,
line is really good if they ever play together.
In theory.
in theory.
Charles Harris, he didn't actually get paid that much. So I
He's
don't know
defensive.
how it is that high.
Those
It
are
doesn't make sense. But,
defenders, Grant.
oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
J-Mo's got a big top, whatever, 13 contract.
DJ Shark.
Chark's got 10
Amonra
mil.
makes nothing. He's
Monroe makes nothing. Swift makes nothing. He's a second round
Hawkinson
pick.
hasn't been extended yet. It's crazy that it's
Hawkinson
that
is the
high.
7th pick, though. He's making money.
He's still slotted pretty high.
Oh, but want to get more expensive.
Like we need to produce offensively better than we did last year if we have the highest paying.
you can't have
offense.
Tim Boyle playing quarterback, and you can't have the whole offensive line hurt all season with Trinity Benson catching footballs. So,
Why did you say it
this
like
should
he's
be a lot better.
British monarch?
Trinity Benson.
I wrote in, we'll go college teams really quickly, just brief. I saw there was a big kerfuffle about our fan bases being so bored over the summer that they're debating how often Mel Tucker gets posted online.
Oh my god!
that was
got
crazy.
Hilarious that
home
Michigan
from
fans
golf
care that
last
much.
night, and then it was just that's all it is. That's all it was. It was just
Why
Michigan,
why
Michigan
does-
State fans subtweeting.
Why
each
does
other.
anybody even care?
Can I play the boring middle side? I thought it was hilarious that someone actually took the time to look that up. Like, I thought it was like
Someone count it. It's
reading
crazy.
reading the
The
tweet.
M Go Bean guy, or
Like
whatever his name
reading
is.
the tweet was funny. It's like looking at it because 25 is such a jarring number compared to what the other ones he
was. I was
found.
like,
I think, it was,
wow, that
I think
is
it was
a
even.
lot.
I think it was 30. But okay, in defense, I'm not saying like go ahead and do it more. I'm saying in defense, college athletics, your head coach is the face of your program, and
Yeah.
what attracts high school athletes now?
Money.
Are you relatable to the head coach?
We have a swaggy head coach, so
We're
you're not going to post
Clemson,
pictures
and
of Milkman all the time. You're just
No.
never going to do that.
No,
we're
you're not.
not Clemson. We're not Alabama. We can't like flash just like our national championship rings when kids show up. You got to have a coach that relates to the athletes.
We can't flash like the sign of our Walmart store out front every single time. So like we just don't have that kind of fan base.
We're not chicken wing enthusiastics like that other guy is. Like, I'm sure he gets bored at home.
We're not Greg Schiano, who just
He should spend more time
drips
with
swag.
with his daughter. So, kid, whatever it is in his profile picture, show your real face. Like, be a man.
We're not Oregon. We don't have Nike
What was
money.
that? What's I'm talking about right now?
I'm talking about the guy that tweeted it and got the entire Twitter just in flames.
Oh, okay, I got
Did
you.
someone even fact check him? I mean, it's probably true.
No. Who
Evan
wants to
did.
go
Evan
into time
found
and
30.
fact check him? Who wants to?
So either way, that was like funny. I don't blame Michigan State for doing it, but it was funny just seeing them all lined up, and then it was hilarious the response of just like posting as many as they could, like the chief of prop leading the charge says, everyone drop your favorite Mel Tucker photo. It was just good banter in the middle of summer, but that just tells you like there's nothing else to talk about, that we're debating like pictures of our coaches online. So
yeah, I mean, guys, who cares?
One note for me on the Michigan side, Chris Ballas, take it for what it will, saying that the new Michigan president that's being announced tomorrow is very pro NIL and very pro athletics. I don't know who it is.
And Chris Ballas said Jim Harbaugh to the Vikings was a done deal.
He did say that.
Thanks, Chris.
But I'm going to choose to believe him on this one.
Okay, but in fairness, like the NIL deal, yeah, your president can be all for it, but like it's more like everybody like not associated with the university or works for the university. You need people from outside.
Yeah, like the board and all that, and then people that want to, But it'd be nice to have a president that's pro athletics. I don't think that's
Bud was talking on some radio show in the Big House this past weekend, and I think his words...
Bad.
I understand what he was saying. I get it. I mean, I just don't think I would say that publicly.
Wouldn't either.
I don't think it looks good.
I mean, it's clearly unless they're going to start paying people more, but it's clearly their plan. It's either going to, they're taking a risk. They're either going to fall behind or NIL will find its level and kids will be transferring left and right and, boosters will get mad that they paid $2 million for a quarterback who stinks and they'll be like, we're not giving money.
He does have some right. We'll talk about other schools and where, you're paying a kid a certain amount of money and doesn't live up to the hype. Like
Miami,
you're
Florida.
Not going to go, those schools, those coaches aren't going to go back to those boosters every single year and be like, hey, can I have $6 more million for the next quarterback?
Yeah.
Well, I just spent you $8 million and this kid's a bum. And, by the way, he's no longer in Tennessee or wherever it's at.
Yeah. It's so hard to tell right now with it being in the summer. Their recruiting class is, pretty bad. But it historically has been bad at these points. I just don't know. We'll know more about their NIL and how far it is behind if, in the signing day at the end of the season, if it's still really bad.
I think NIL just becomes a huge factor for the big top kids of the world. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to matter for lower 4 stars, high 3-star guys, but for the Dante Moores of the world, I think NIL played a factor.
That was a juicy nugget you dropped. I'm going to choose.
Nike hired several employees. Nike hired family members.
You never even fact checked it,
which you can respect, Evan.
Never even fact
You can respect it, Evan, considering the fact checker yourself.
If you found out on your stupid goddamn boards, your blog post, you're a freaking criminal. You did. You read it on there.
I didn't. I did not. I
for sure did.
I saw it on Twitter.
No. Where's the tweet?
Probably M. Joe Bean.
You can find those words right now. Look it up. You're such crooked, dude. You saw some stupid fat slob sit at his computer and just cook up this juicy rumor on his Michigan State blog post.
Evan, that's not all. I've been right about a lot of things too. Not me personally, but the boards have been right about stuff too.
Oh yes, because Thomas Kithra has depression too.
He could. You don't even know.
Evan, please, can we relax? Because Alex's rumor made me feel better about not getting Dante Moore because I was like, oh, that makes sense.
And honestly, it probably is true. Let me see.
I just saw an alarming
3.5 million and a half a dozen jobs at Nike. This guy has 21,000 followers.
Send it.
Guys, I saw an alarming quote. Wait, what'd you say, Alex?
This guy has 21,000 followers. He said Dante Moore package, 3.5 million and a half dozen jobs at Nike. # Oregon.
Wow.
Now, the picture of this guy, you're going to just not agree with it.
Gillen.
Is this like Sir Yacht, basically?
He's director of multimedia for Maize and Blue Review.
Oh, so he's biased.
Oh, 100% biased. So dude, this guy is just blowing up. He just wiped, and whatever words were on his toilet paper, that's what he put in.
Yeah, 2 months ago, he actually tweeted, oh, CJ Carr is actually not Lloyd Carr's grandson. That's why he went to Notre Dame. He's just making up whatever makes him feel better. Not to sidetrack us totally. That's a good tweet, Alex. I just saw a tweet on trending right now. Did you guys see what Andre Iguodala said today?
Yes, Rasheed Wallace is the GOAT of NBA basketball.
He said if Rasheed Wallace played now, he'd be better than Giannis, which I just find it really hard to believe.
Yeah, that's not true. Love Sheed, but no, that's ridiculous.
Like what? What makes you wake up Andre Iguodala and be like, yeah, you know who's actually sneaky better than Giannis is Rasheed Wallace.
My guy Rasheed Wallace,
who was
would
like
have been the best player in the league right now.
Rasheed was like third or fourth most important cog on a championship team, whereas Giannis.
Someone argue second.
I don't think so. Whereas Giannis,
The first modern biggish man to make threes.
Whereas Giannis had to absolutely carry a team to win.
Yeah.
Um,
You could drop Giannis in pretty much any decade, and he'd be like top 2 to 3 player in the league.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this: we're at about a little over an hour and a half. We got some really good listener questions. We'll add more and do the rest of them next week when we have like a bunch, because it'll probably be another slow sports week. So we'll table all that with our weekly check-ins. It went a little longer. We're gonna finish here with the Open Championship. A couple golf experts put on your
British
caps.
Open.
The British Open, right? Thank you.
British.
I forgot that I pushed back on calling it only the Open. It's the British
Grant
Open.
doesn't like the Open, thinks the Players is better, so Grant's a loser.
No, I said wait. No.
No,
that's
you
the
did. You said
no. The PGA. The PGA is the worst. This is the third.
You
most...
told me no. I can't let you get away with this. You said
Yes,
that
you can.
the Open Championship is one of your least favorite, if not your least favorite, and the Players is better. That's okay. I'll go find it.
I watched the
I'll go
Open
find
list. It's not, I would not have written that
Maybe
down.
this was a conversation me and you had.
That's more like. Anyways, this is the third most important golf tournament of the year, so pretty important. Weird hours though. We will do our.
That was why.
We will.
You complained about the times.
Yeah, it's tough times. We will do our favorite in long shot is always.
What is our long shot odds? Just so you guys decide this time.
I see Evan typing it in right now. I can tell he's looking it up.
I already looked at it. I don't care what the odds are. I mean,
Evan's picking 2 long shots like last time, anyways.
baby. Higher than
That did not work out for you though.
He sounded like that one guy.
one dude
White Claw
quit
Gabe.
before the tournament even started.
It's a bad habit for you guys. They
The
tend
other
to quit.
guy was like in contention on the first day and then missed the cut altogether.
What was his name? What was his
Berger,
name?
Daniel Berger.
He finished like +5 on the back 9 to miss the cut. His name was on like the leaderboard on Friday, and like the front 9.
He was
I
like in the
he was
top
there.
5. Yeah,
Yes.
and then he didn't make the cut.
He was like +5 on the back 9, didn't make the cut.
I'll take Tiger Woods to miss the cut.
Yeah,
I'll take Tiger Woods to make the cut.
I was looking up just facts.
Just facts, homie.
I need my.
What's our odds cutoff?
I don't know. DraftKings isn't loading for me. I'm just gonna look at FanDuel real quick.
I would say plus 5,000 and
That's
above.
what I agree, Alex. I was thinking the same
Let's
thing.
do it.
Because you can't take Dustin Johnson,
Well,
Brooks Koepka.
right, because if you have any moral compass, you can't take those guys.
Correct. You guys can go first.
My favorite. Should we do long shots then favorite or favorite then long shots?
Yeah, let's do long
Whatever
shots
you
this
like.
time.
Okay. My long shot, plus 6,000 Sung J M. Crickets in the chat.
Sung Jae, my guy.
Sung J M. Why? Because I read one article. The only article I read said you have to be good scrambling at the Open, and then I was looking up.
You know who's a very good scrambler? Daniel Berger is actually.
I was looking up around the green stats, and good old Sung Jae has those nice little butter hands. So he will be on the big board after day 1. I'll promise you that.
Wow. Pretty cool.
I gotta pick a favorite.
Evan?
I gotta pick a favorite.
No, you're picking a long shot.
Yeah, long shot.
Oh, long shot right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Christian Bezuidenhout.
You know, he's
Yeah,
been
my
in
guy
contention
ready.
before.
Sahith Thigala. I'm just going to read off weird names.
Oh, the Gala blew it at the
Minwoo Lee.
Honda, maybe?
Ju Young Kim.
Taylor Gooch.
Is Paul Casey healthy?
Evan, stop picking Paul Casey, dude.
I
He
love
can't
him,
even
though.
walk.
He needs to win a major.
Evan,
He's
riding
up there
cart.
with like Cameron Triangle.
Tringali.
I know.
Come on.
He's Evan. You're not gonna pick a guy that's plus 14,000.
Take Aaron Rodgers' brother, Patrick.
Paul Casey's plus 18,000 on this one.
Dude, don't take
Jeez,
Paul Casey,
dude.
Evan. Give yourself a chance for a guy to make a cut.
I don't give a crap about my picks. Dylan Fertelli plus 25,000.
Dude, have you seen that guy? There's
I
no
watched
way you
him
can pick
live.
him.
Evan, what's your logic?
He played at Texas.
He's a weird guy.
My logic is straight.
He is a
facts on
weird
this.
dude.
I just
I
feel
need
like
a guy that's
Evan's,
a good ball striking with irons through the wind.
All right, I'll take Tyrell Hatton.
Wait, so what was Evan? What's your guy's name again?
I haven't picked one yet.
Okay. Alex, you're taking Tyrell Hatton.
Yeah.
That's not a long shot.
Yeah, he's plus 6,000.
He's plus 3,400 on FanDuel. We're
DraftKings
discrepancies.
people, and he's plus 6,000.
It's live odds. That wasn't
Plus
the opening odds.
6,000. DraftKings. Tyrell Hatton.
Being bamboozled.
He has finished tied for 6th twice at the Open and tied for 12th.
Sounds
and
like
he's from England. He grew up in poopy, rainy weather all the time.
Sounds like a guy that would have better than plus 6,000 odds.
Yep. And that is a guy with plus 6,000 odds, and he's my long shot, and I would definitely guarantee he makes the cut. Barring injury. Played decent, I think, last week at
Alex,
the Scottish.
I hate to be this guy, but he's plus 4,000. I don't know what you're looking at.
Dude, I'm on DraftKings.
I know, I'm on it too. Outright winner, plus 4,000.
Thursday, June 15th, 8 a.m. Oh, God.
You're looking for
plus
my thing
4,000.
screwed up again.
Who's going to lead first round?
Tyrell Hatton plus 4,000.
No.
So, sorry. I knew it. I'm so glad I looked that
You
up.
pick him as your favorite.
You can pick him as your favorite.
Why does this do this to me?
I don't know. User error.
I just click the first DraftKings
My dad
link to the Open.
My dad would say it's an ID 10T error. You know what that means?
Something disrespectful.
Yeah, it spells idiot. That's his dad joke. Oh, it sounds like an ID 10T error.
All right, gotta find a new one.
Evan, you got your long shot?
Freaking don't know. I thought I had a guy. I didn't like it. I'm backtracking enough with my picks.
Keegan Bradley plus 8,000.
All
Major
right.
champion.
He played really good at the U.S. Open too.
He has won a major championship.
Really well, I should say. What did he win? The PGA?
PGA. Claret
Makes
Jug.
sense. The easiest one to wait. What? The Claret Jug's not.
Just testing
Look,
you,
dude,
man.
I know my golf. I was almost closest to on a par 3.
He put on that green jacket when he won the PGA.
Oh, God, I love when they raise that Wanamaker trophy at Augusta.
Evan, I got your guy. Bernd Wiesberger.
I'm picking Paul Casey.
You can't quit this guy.
I'm picking Paul Casey.
What is with you and Paul Casey?
Dude.
He deserves to win it.
You got a
Hammer
fetish.
Phil Mickelson to miss cut.
You got a fetish for Paul Casey.
Dude, it's weird. Why do you like Paul Casey so much?
You drafted him
He's
3
a quality
times.
golfer. He's off at 8:04
He
a.m.
hasn't made a cut since you picked him.
Wasn't he the one that
That
withdraws?
doesn't
He
matter.
quits every time before he even plays.
He gets hurt, dude. I don't blame him.
Hey, look out for Paul Casey when he's healthy.
Paul Casey, long shot
My favorite
from
is
England.
Oh yeah, I always see that flag. My guy is Cam Smith plus 2,500.
Puke.
Really good around the greens.
Miscut.
You're just trying to
Played
cause
awful at the
He
Scottish.
finished tied for 8 last year.
Who?
Dude, Paul Casey's so good, dude.
Can't take this seriously at all.
Evan, who's your favorite?
My favorite. I wanted to pick
Bernd Wiesberger.
Bernd Wiesberger.
Bernd Wiesberger.
Bernd Wiesberger.
I'm gonna pick. Oh, do I dare do it?
Take someone again. That you
Yep, I'm
take
picking
every time.
Tommy Fleetwood, baby.
Oh my god.
2 Englishmen. Somebody's got to bring it home. The
You're just
cup's coming home. The
sucker
cup is
for
coming home.
You're a sucker for storylines.
I'm a sucker for home crowd.
Yeah.
Home team advantage here.
Grant, who'd you take?
Cam Smith.
He's Australian, Alex. Don't even say he's English.
Foster's for beer.
I'm trying to take
Dude, my guys
someone
are
new.
so totally.
Who's
winning.
that
I
old
can feel
golfer?
it.
Who's that old golfer that always used to golf in this event?
Tom Watson.
Tom Watson.
Hey, shout out Tom Watson. Just got married again.
Really?
Yes, I saw a tweet about it.
Give me well, I want to take Jordan Spieth, but I've taken him like 20 times.
That's your Paul
So-
Casey.
Yeah, but he plays well on link style courses, including last week. But
Tommy
Since I
Fleetwood
did.
finished well.
abused for that. I'll take the guy that just keeps coming close and can't win. I'll take the Zally man.
You think
Will
this is the
Zalatoris.
breakthrough? You hate him.
I don't hate him. He went to Wake Forest. My sister's going to Wake Forest. I'm a Wake Forest guy now.
Dude, I might put money on Tommy Fleetwood.
Zally Man's my guy now.
Well, are you looking at the Scottish Open, Evan? You're like, oh, he finished.
No, I'm looking at his last performances since 2017 in the
It feels
Open.
like a miss that we didn't take Xander Schauffele, who's won twice in the last 4 weeks. But
I didn't want to pick the favorite. Is he really going to replicate that? It's the Opens. It's not as sexy as
just played the
Scottish
Open.
Correct. Alex,
still Link style.
Alex,
It was a good tournament.
I don't know if you know about golf, but nothing compares to St. Andrews.
St. Andrews isn't even a hard course. It's just a wind.
Dirty course.
It's just
probably is a little dirty course.
He battles and bruises you.
I think Tiger makes the cut and Phil misses the cut. Anybody want to?
Tiger's not making the cut, bro.
Tiger is so washed.
He's gonna be limping up the fairway on.
He's made the cut at both majors, as
he's
he
gonna look like
the good thing is we don't have to watch on Friday.
Yeah, you're right. He makes it, and then he finishes he finishes plus 25.
Dead last of the cut makers. Yeah. But Phil, jeez, that guy. Talk about terrible at golf. Phil Mickelson, bum. Evan, talking to you.
Won a major more recently than Tiger.
That's just facts.
Phil stinks right now. And I think he's homeless based on the pictures of him.
Well, I believe he has enough money to not be homeless.
Well, I think all that money's going back to the casinos, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Put it all on.
All right. Burns vs. Big.
That's the show.
Keep your eye on Tyrell Hatton.
Shout out MS everywhere. We're back. We're back in the saddle.
The Cubs coming home. Praise England.
What is this guy? We're 1 week removed from July 4th, Evan. Please hide your England pride. God damn.
Why are you an England guy? British people scare me.
Yeah, what was the movie called?
Flushed Away.
Flushed Away.
Holy scariest British people ever. Oh my god. Watch that movie sometime. Cheers to Evgeny Malkin.
To
Detroit Red Wings.
Episode 79. Do not watch Flushed Away with the lights off.
If you watch Flushed Away, you're going to view British people differently for the rest of your life.